Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss decision statements of the Java. There are two types of decision making statements in Java. First one if statement and second one switch case. So in this video we are going to discuss both one by one. First we are going to discuss if statement and then we will discuss switch statement. So following are varieties of if statement supported by the Java. First one, simple if statement. Second one, if else statement. Third one, nested statement. You can say nested if else. And the fourth one, if else if statement. Sometimes it is known as else if later. So there are four types of if statement supported by the Java. We will check syntax of each one and with the example. So first there is a simple if statement. The syntax of the if statement is if there is a bracket, in that we are supposed to provide the test condition, and in the block of statement there are few statements which is followed if the condition will be true. So here the working method of the if condition will be given. So first there is a test expression. If the condition will be true, the body of the if statement will be followed. If not, then it goes to the outside the if condition. Then after we have another one, if else statement, similar to the if, but there is also a false part. So if condition is false, it goes to the else statement and it will follow the statement. So there is a if condition having the tested condition expression, and if condition will be true, the statement will be followed. If condition will be false, then else will be executed and the statement will be followed. In this, either if will be followed or else, not both together. In if else statement, either if will be followed. So if condition will be true, the statement of the true block will be followed. Otherwise, else will be followed, but not both together. Okay. So let's have an example of simple if and if else statement. So I'm going to take ID as a notepad++. You can take any one ID which is supported by the Java. So here the class keyword, the name of the class is demo, then the curly bracket is followed. Into the class there is a main method public static void main having the parameter string argument. This is the part of the syntax, and then we have the opening and closing curly bracket. So in this example, we are going to test a number. If number is divisible by 5, it will print the appropriate message. So there is an integer number having the value 15, and to test the number which is divisible by 5 or not, we have logic that we are supposed to test the remainder of the number divisible by 5. If it is 0, then it is divisible by 5, or if it is not, it is not divisible by 5. So for the remainder, we have modulus operator. number module by 5 equals to 0 and into the curly bracket of the if condition. There is a message. For the message, we have system.out.println method. So here the message is number is divisible by 5. So this is the example of simple if statement. So for this, now save the file. Save. We are going to save this file into the D drive. You can choose your own location. So here it is a D drive. The name of the class is demo.java. The file is saved now. So from the command window, we are supposed to compile the file Java C, but into the folder Java example Java C, then there is a demo.java. So file is compiled. Now to execute, Java command is there, and then there is a name of the file. So the output is number is divisible by 5. So here the output is there. So now the next example of the if else, same program which is followed with the else. So if number is not divisible 5, then there is a message that number is not divisible by 5. So let us change the number. Instead of 15, there is a 16. So after changing, we are supposed to compile again. So Java C is there. And then to execute, there is a Java. So now there is a message, the number is not divisible by 5. So likewise, we can go with the if and if else statement. The same program, if we wish to go with the user interaction, then there should be a scanner object. So for that, we are supposed to import the java.util class, util package having the scanner class. You can also go with the util.star. So now create the object of the scanner class, scanner sc equals to new scanner having the parameter system.in. So we are accepting the number and store into the number variable. So the sc dot next int is a method to accept the integer value from the user using the scanner class, so which will be stored into the number. So here now again we are going to save this file and compile Java C and then execute the file using the Java command. So it will ask the number. So the number is 23. So number is not divisible by 5. Again, re-execute with the Java command. Here, we are not supposed to recompile because we haven't changed anything into the program. So we can directly execute the same program, the same class file again. So Java and demo again, it will ask the number. So here the number is 45 and the number is divisible by 5. So this is the dynamic value supplied into the program. So the next is nested if statement. The next type of the condition if statement is nested if statement. Here, as per the syntax, there is a if condition having the expression 1. If the expression 1 will be true, it will enter into the block and follow the condition which is given into the next. If expression 2, it will check the expression 2. If expression 2 will be true, then statement 1 will be executed, else statement 2 will be executed. But this thing is happens only when expression 1 is true. Otherwise, it goes to directly to the else part. It will check expression 3. If expression 3 will be true, statement 3 will be executed, or else statement 4 will be executed. So, this is the syntax of nested if statement. Let's have an example of the nested if statement. So the same class file, main method. Here we are going to declare the number, integer age having the value 18 and weight equals to 50. So this program will check you are eligible for the voting as well as blood donation or not. So we have two variables. One is age and another one is weight. Age is 18 and weight is 50 of type integer. So there is if condition. If age is greater than equals to 18, then you are eligible for the voting. So system dot out dot println eligible for voting. So if you are above the 18 or 18, then you are eligible for voting. But what about the blood donation? So if your weight is greater than equals to 50, then you are eligible for the blood donation. But if not 50 or above 50, you are not eligible for blood donation. Right? But what if your age is not greater than 18? If you are less than 18, then obviously you are not eligible for the voting as well as blood donation. For both, not eligible for the voting and for blood donation. Right? So put the semicolon after the statement. So here our task is complete. So let's save the program and compile it. And run it. So you are eligible for the voting and also you are eligible for the blood donation. This is we have done with the static value, manual value supplied into the program. You can also go with the dynamic value user interaction with the scanner class as we have discussed before. So now the next is the if else if statement. It is also known as else if ladder. If the expression 1 is true, the statement 1 will be followed. If not, it will check the expression 2. And then if the expression 2 will be true, then statement 2 will be followed. Again, if the expression 2 will be false, the expression 3 will be checked. And if not, it will follow the body of else. So likewise, you can add as many expression you can do, you can follow. So syntax of if else is like that. So now let's have an example of if else if statement. So here in this example, we are going to check the number is 0, positive or negative. So here the number variable is declared. In the number variable, I have declared 5. So using if, we are going to check if number is equals to 0. If yes, I will print system dot out dot println the number is 0. But if number is not 0, it goes to the else if. It will check the number is greater than 5, sorry, greater than 0, then it will print the number is positive. Else, if number is not 0, if number is not positive, the only option is number is negative. So let's save it, recompile the program and re-execute it. So number is positive. You can also go with the user interaction with the scanner class as we discussed before in the same program. So here we have discussed 4 type of the if statement. First one, simple if statement. Second one, if else statement. Third one, nested if. And the fourth one, if else if statement. So switch statement is alternative of the if, else if, or you can say else if ladder. So here there is a switch which is again provide the conditional expression. If condition will be checked by case 1, case 2, case 3 up to case n. As many case you want to provide, you can. If all the cases are not matched, it goes to the default section and it will follow the default statement. Here, the conditional expression is either integer, short, byte, or you can also go with the character, but it is not followed with the any other data type. So in the switch, you can check either integer or character into the number. You can define integer, short, and byte. So if case 1 is true, statement 1 will be followed. After that, there is a break statement, so which will go directly to the end point. And if case 2 will be true, then statement 2 will be followed. Break statement is there, so it will directly to the end. And if any case will be not followed, then it goes to the default, and default statement will be followed, and it will goes to the end. So this is the syntax of the switch case. This is the, again, you can define case and then value. Expression type will define the value. If it is a character, the value will be character. If it is integer, the value will be integer. So case value, there is a colon, which is a part of the syntax. The statements are there, and then break condition will be there. Again, the break condition will be optional. You can omit the break condition if you want to merge more than one case value. So the case value is there. You can provide as many as the cases you want as per your program need. Then after that, there is a default value. Again, it is optional. If your program doesn't need a default condition, you can omit it. You can leave it. So default is there, then there are a statement. There is no break statement with the default. So this is the syntax of the switch case. So let's have an example of the switch case. So there is a main method. In that we have a day variable of type number. So according to the variable, according to the day number, we will decide if it is Sunday, Monday, or any other day. So there is a switch. In that I'm going to pass the day, and then into the switch it will be followed with the case 1, case 2, case 3. How many days? There are 7 days into the week. So there will be a 7 case. So case 5, case 6, and case 7. So any other number other than 1 to 7, it goes to the default and print invalid number. Or you can say invalid day. So if there is a case 1, it will print Monday. Then there is a break statement. If there is a case 2, it will follow Tuesday. If there is a case 3, it will follow Wednesday. Then after Thursday, then Friday, Then we have Saturday. And then we have Sunday. It's my favorite day. So we have pass 5 into the day variable. So it will follow the case number 5 and it will print Friday. So let's check the output. Save the program and recompile the program and re-execute. So it will print Friday. So friends, this is the decision statement of the Java. We have discussed if condition and switch case. In if condition, we have also discussed the simple if else, nested and if else if. And with the switch case, we have discussed the syntax and example of it. So if there is any query, you can write the email. And for the video, thank you so much.